My name is Angelica Barriga, and this is a Module 15 presentation. These are the notes that I will be using for today. Put them back. So I'm going to start off by explaining some external structures of the respiratory system. So on the surface anatomy of the respiratory system, you can see that it starts off with the nose. The nose is the primary passage where air is going to enter and be humidified, and air is going to enter through each nostrils, also known as nares. So it's going to go from the nares to it's going to be humidified through the conchae and then through the pharynx, and then we're going to enter the larynx, also known as the voice box. So here, I'm gonna just tilt your chin forward. Here, I palpated earlier before this presentation started, so I found the laryngeal prominence. So the laryngeal prominence is right here. You also have, right underneath that, you have the cricoid cartilage. And the cricoid cartilage is going to be the start of the trachea, which enters the mediastinum, and that's where it's going to branch off into bronchus, into the right and left lung, and that's where air is. It's the primary pathway for air. The primary function for air, you can go now, thank you. The primary function for air, for the respiratory system, it's going to serve as kind of like a transportation where gas exchange occurs. You also have a pulmonary ventilation, and as well as internal and external respiration. It also regulates blood volume as well as maintaining blood pH. So external anatomy is important. It's very useful for palpating and being able to detect anatomical structures, as well as the relationship of the deeper structures that we can't see on the surface. It's good for educating future clinicians, as well as recognizing what is normal anatomy. Next, I'm going to talk about clinical applications. So as I mentioned earlier, we had the laryngeal prominence. That's also known as the thyroid cartilage, and being able to palpate that, clinicians can help detect if it's inflamed. It can help detect any thyroid diseases. And if there is a thyroid disease, it's important to detect because it can lead to pulmonary issues. It can make breathing difficult, it can cause muscle weakness, as well as other issues. An example of that would be thyroid cancer. Another clinical application would be a tracheotomy. That's related to this because understanding the external surfaces or landmark can help in an emergency, can help identify where that would be performed. And based on the research that I did, that would be performed in the space between the laryngeal prominence as well as the cricoid cartilage, and that would be done in that space. So that concludes this presentation. Thank you.